Now on this, I did have to contact the buyer because when I was refunding some of the shipping, I included this, and so I did the full refund on this item for the shipping. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Richard. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay where I buy things from garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales, estate auctions, and occasionally retail arbitrage. I take those undervalued items and I sell them on eBay for a profit. In today's video, I'm going to go over the weekend sales, letting you know where I sourced the item from, what I paid for the item, and what the item sold for. Also, in today's video, I'm going to give a couple shout outs to a couple of viewers. And also I'm going to talk about combining shipping when you have an order that has multiple items that didn't come in under the same sale. Also, I'm going to talk about making a shipping mistake and how I went about handling it. So let's jump in and see what's sold. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, and we have 4 orders going out today. Looks like we got to go through this again. The GoPro locked up on me. So first item we have going out today is a thrift store item. I'm into this for $3. It's this Zumba Fitness Exhilarate. In the title I put Zumba 7 CD set fitness total body transformation system. Join the party, exhilarate. It is brand new in the box. You can see it's all still sealed. So I did list this as new. This sold for $30.22 and the buyer is paying $10.51 in shipping. Next item going out, another thrift store item. I picked these up about 2 months ago, knowing Christmas was coming. Bought a total of 12 of these, so I decided to split them into lots of 4. They gave me quantity of 3. As you can see, I laid out right here. It's a vintage set, a vintage lot set, plaid Christmas 4 placemats and 4 napkins, red, green, gold. I'm into all 12 of them for $2. This sold for $15.09. And the buyer is paying $5.40 in shipping. This 12 ounces will easily go at a first class rate. All I'll do is slide it into a poly bag. This next item I actually picked up at a garage sale when I was up in North Carolina. When I went to FlipCon, I went garage sailing with Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, Eric, OBX Picker, Dave, NC Picker, and Carrie, American Arbitrage. Picked up the set of Christmas dishes, minted the whole set for $10. A lot of these 2 vegetable bowls. These are Johnson Brother. So up in the title I put lot set 2 Johnson Brother Victorian Christmas. They are 8 1/4 inches round. Vegetable serving bowls. These sold for $32.89 and the buyer is paying $12.10 in shipping. So last item we have going out is an RA item. Picked this up well over 2 years ago. They've been sitting in my store. I have sold a couple of these. It's this Munch Kids. I love to munch and crunch. Minted this for about $2. I bought 10 of them, sold a couple of them off. This sold for $15.71 and the buyer is paying $9.75 in shipping. Today is Wednesday, December 7th, and we have 2 orders going out. Before we jump into the orders, I want to give a special thanks to Amy at Edge City Traders. Thank you for your honest and educational content. I have learned a lot about RA from watching your channel. She went in and actually bought me 3 copies. Amy, thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. In case some of you don't know, buy me a coffee is a way that you can actually tip your content creators. For those of us that aren't monetized and don't get paid, that just gives us a little bit of incentive to keep doing videos and help you out as a reseller. So again, Amy, thank you very much. let's jump into the sales. First order we have going out, it's an item I picked up on highbid.com. If I can remember, I'll post a link to the video up here. It's where I went in and I got a bunch of lots. Each lot was only $2. So in this particular lot, there was a bunch of lighting stuff in there. It was all brand new. This happens to be Westinghouse 75 feet 18 gauge cable. It is 3-step installation. It is brand new. It's still sealed. So cost of goods into this, since I've already made my money back on the lights and some other wires, I believe cost of goods into this is probably not even 25 cents. This sold for $23.10 and it is going free shipping. With this, I can easily get this to go in a priority flat rate envelope. Cost me about $7.60 to ship. Next item we have going out is a thrift store item. I had purchased about 12 of these Christmas placemats and napkins. So I lotted them up into 4s. Cost of goods into all 12 was $2. So cost of goods into this, it's only like 66 cents. I have sold one of them. This is the second one I've sold. And up in the title, I put Vintage Lot Set Plaid Christmas 4 placemats and 4 napkins, red, green, and gold. This sold for $15.09 and the buyer is paying $4.95 in shipping. Now with this, all I'll do is slide this into a poly bag and this will go out at a 12-ounce rate. Hey, I figured I'd give you a little bit behind the scenes. It's a little messy. I'm doing a lot of listing testing. I'm testing this DVD VCR combo right now. I'm also getting ready to post calendar for us mods in the Death Pile Destruction group. So this is what goes on behind the scenes. You can see I've already got lotted 2 of these together. Got these listed already. I got 1 of these left. I actually have 2 of these. I got 2 more upstairs I'm in the process of cleaning. Bought a box of bunch of Black & Decker cordless tools with the batteries. I got the charger. I decided to go ahead and list those all individually. So yeah, this is what happens behind the scenes for resellers, just in case you're interested. Not glamorous, but yep, this is what we do. We enjoy doing it. So let me get to this calendar. Got to open up my email here. Had to do it on a separate computer. All right, that's done. Okay, so I've got a couple more to test. I've got a DVD unit over there I tested. And yeah. Now with these, I'll go ahead and actually list with this the RC cables and a blank VHS tape once I actually test out the VCR, making sure that's working. So yeah, a little bit behind the scenes. Today is Thursday, December 8th, and we have 5 orders going out today. First item we have going out, the thrift store item. I bought a Scrabble game for $1. Got it home, opened up, and realized there's actually 2 Scrabble games in there. So like when Kevin says, when in doubt, party out. So that's what I did. It had 8 of these Scrabble tile holders. So I listed 4 of them together, made 2 lots. Just listed these. These sold last night for $6.05, and the buyer is paying $5.30 in shipping. This next item going out, another thrift store item. It's this Clue, the classic mystery game. It is brand new factory sealed. Picked this up at thrift store for $1. This sold for $21.71, and it is going free shipping. It is over a pound. So this will probably cost me anywhere from $10 to $12 to ship out. This next item is an item I picked up at a garage sale. It was probably one of the last ones I went to this year. It was just a pop-up garage sale, so I didn't have my camera with me. picked up some Vera Bradley stuff and some other stuff. This just happens to be Vera Bradley. It's just a business card holder or credit card holder. So on the title, I put Vera Bradley folding business and credit card holder, case black and blue. Minted this for 25 cents. This sold for $11.27, and the buyer is paying $5.35 in shipping. Next item, another thrift store item. It's this Harry Potter Hufflepuff scarf. It does have the Harry Potter tag on it. So up here I put official Harry Potter Hufflepuff knit shawl wrap renner scarf, striped, 58 inches. Like I said, into this for 25 cents. This sold for $13.01, and the buyer is paying $5.50 in shipping. So next item, another thrift store item. It's this Pentex Zoom 150R compact 35mm film camera, excellent condition. Just the camera. Paid $5 for this, listed it last night. This sold for $32.95, and the buyer is paying $8.62 in shipping. Today is Friday, December 9th, and we have 8 orders going out today. One of the orders is a multi-item sale. Let's jump in and see what it is. First item that sold is this Marbles Collection Hot Wheel. It is Thor character car, black edge. It is brand new. It's an R8 item. Minted this for $1.25. This sold for $9.53, and the buyer is paying shipping. Now on the next 4 orders is the same buyer, and that buyer's Sassy Granny. Did get a chance to meet her up at FlipCon. So Stephanie, thank you very much. If I find her YouTube channel, I'll go ahead and post it right up here. Second item she bought is another one of those Hot Wheel collectors. This one's Hot Wheel Marbles Spider-Man Far From Home Mysterio character car. Again, into this for $1.25. This sold for $9.53. Next item going out for this same order is this Marvel Superhero Adventures. It is by Mega Mites. This one happens to be Iron Man. Minted this for $2.46. This sold for $10.40, and the buyer is paying shipping. Next one on that same order is another one of these Marvel Superhero Adventures. This one happens to be Captain America. Did have 5 of these, as you can see. All 5 of them have sold. This was the last one. I'm into this one as well for $2.46. This sold for $10.40, and the buyer is paying shipping. Now the reason I'm saying the buyer's paying shipping is I talked to her, and I'm going to go ahead and combine all of this together, and then I'm going to refund her the difference in the shipping, which is going to be quite a bit. Last item she bought was this Uno Attack. It is used, but it has everything. It has the instructions, and it has all the cards in it. Picked this up at my local thrift store. I'm only into it for 50 cents. This sold for $18.23, and the buyer is paying shipping. So on those last 5 orders, I'm going to combine all those together and go ahead and refund Stephanie back the difference in the shipping cost. Let me comment down below. Do you refund the shipping cost and try to combine the orders? One thing I wanted to mention is I met Stephanie when I went up to FlipCon last summer. If you're new into reselling, I would highly suggest looking into some of these reseller gatherings. You can actually learn a lot of information from a lot of the other different resellers that are out there. Next item going out happens to be a pair of Carhartt jeans. I had picked up 4 of these at my local thrift store. I'm into each pair for 75 cents. Now I did list these down a little bit because they did have some stains. They weren't that noticeable, but I took close-ups in the photos so that the buyer can see these. These sold for $19.97 and the buyer is paying $9.98 in shipping. This next item going out, seems like we have a lot of Marvel stuff going out today. So I happen to wear my Marvel shirt. It says Spider-Man Marvels. I put Spider-Man winter knit beanie hat, red, gray, adult, one size. I put rare because I could not find any other sold or even listed on eBay. Into this for 50 cents. This sold for $11.01 and the buyer is paying $5.35 in shipping. This last item going out today is an item I picked up on high bid. It's not that huge high bid haul I picked up. It was one previous to that where I picked up a bunch of NASCAR stuff. I believe I'm into that whole entire lot, which had a lot of die-cast cars, had some NASCAR Hot Wheel cars, some collectible cards. Also had a bunch of license plates. This one happens to be Jeff Burton, number 99. It isn't metal, it's like a plastic nylon. This is the 50th anniversary one that's indicated on here, as you can see right there. So cost of goods into this is probably like maybe 25 cents. This sold for $6.38 and the buyer is paying $5.30 in shipping. Looks like we just sold something. So let's take a look and I'll get that. This one happens to be pretty good. Just sold a Minecraft Wii U edition. That's in bin D, so I'll come right back, pull that, and I'll show you it. I just pulled these out of my inventory. It's this Minecraft Wii U edition. It is brand new sealed. I'm only into this for $3 at my local thrift store. When I looked this up, I couldn't believe what this thing was going for. This sold for $37.36 and the buyer is paying $4.95 in shipping. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you, I'll show you up here on the big screen, is when you go in and you do your back and you do your bulk shipping, I go into orders, awaiting shipment. I have 9 orders, or 9 items going out. So I'll click on action, the very top, and then purchase shipping labels. So one thing up at the top here, if you notice it says combined orders per buyer. If I click on that, okay, it will combine these 3, but it won't combine these 2. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'll have to manually, we'll go back. So I'm going to manually select all of these and then I'm going to deselect all but one of the items. What I'll do is then put everything on that tracking and then I can go in after I printed it and then I can take that same tracking number and I can update those orders and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I had one mistake where I printed the label to the wrong address. I'm combining it all, so I voided that label. I'm going to go in and update these ones individually. So I go to the drop down and I can add tracking number. I copied the tracking number from the one package. I'll paste it in and it's going USPS. Save and continue. I'll use the next one. Add tracking. Same tracking. Save and continue. Add tracking. Paste it. Same one. Okay, now what I need to do is go into paid and shipped, because I already voided out the label. And that was for this one here. And the way you void a label is if you come in here, it will give you an option to void the label. I've already done that. Oh, there it is, edit. Add additional tracking. Save and continue. Today is Monday, December 12th, and we have 13 orders going out today. First item we have going out is an item I picked up at my local thrift store. I'm into it for 25 cents. It's this Ars Vita, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a car cassette adapter. Paid 25 cents for this. This sold for $6.76, and it is going free shipping. So light, it'll go out at a 4-ounce rate. Seems that my GoPro died, didn't realize it, so I'm gonna have to go back through these and show you them all again. Of course, for you, it'll just be one time. This next item is a garage sale item. I'm into it for $5. I did clean it up and test it. It's all working. Just listed this weekend, and not even in 2 minutes, it sold. I had actually listed it, walked upstairs, and it sold that quick. It's this Emerson 1303A 13-inch TV VCR VHS combo. I did put retro gaming. So if you see these and you get them for a good price, I would definitely pick these up. They are heavy and kind of hard to ship. With these, what I'll do is I'll wrap this in bubble, put it in one box, and then I'll get a bigger box, and then I pad that whole entire box with crunched up packing paper. That way it arrives safely. This I will probably ship either UPS or FedEx. This sold for $110.95, and the buyer is paying $63.52 in shipping. Now this next item, you actually saw me sell this earlier this week. It's this 2005 Uno Attack. Now, I had made a mistake on the shipping. What I had done is another reseller came in and bought multiple items and asked if I would refund some of the shipping. I said, sure, not a problem. I had 5 items come in right one after another, and this fell right in between her 4 orders. So I assumed she purchased this. Bad thing to do. So I've reached out to her. Who is a viewer of the channel, and I did meet her. It's Sassy Granny. So she agreed to go ahead and repackage it and ship it out for me. What I'm going to do is print a shipping label and just send it to her. Now on this, I did have to contact the buyer because when I was refunding some of the shipping, I included this, and so I did the full refund on this item for the shipping. And so once I realized that mistake, I contacted eBay, explained to them what had happened. They said there's 2 things that I could do. I could either contact the buyer and have them refund the refund. So in other words, send me the refund back. I've never done that. Wasn't quite sure how to do it, and I didn't want to explain to the customer and upset them how to do that. So reached out to the customer, explained that there was a problem with the shipping, and I accidentally refunded the shipping charges. They were just going to cash at me back, but it's always best to make sure you keep all transactions on the eBay platform. So I explained to them to make it easier for the buyer, I would just cancel the order and they could repurchase the item. I said I would actually turn on best offers and told them to, because of their trouble, to send me an offer for $16. So they did. So this item resold again for $16, and I'm only into it for 50 cents. And the shipping charges $8.20. This next item is another thrift store item. It's this Dragon Ball, put Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Star Super Saiyan Blue, I'm not even going to pronounce that word, times 10 Goku figure. This sold for $16.96, and the buyer is paying $11.15 in shipping. Now this next order is actually a multi-quantity order, and this is the benefit of doing variation listings. I had these Department 56 ornaments. I thought about lotting them all together, but I had duplicates of some. So rather than lotting these up, I decided to go ahead and list them individually and do a variation listing. That allowed the buyer to come in and select which one they wanted. If you notice on the main photo, I took photos and collaged it together of each of them. They could then come in and select the ornament that they wanted. And if you want to know how to do a variation listing, I'll put a link to the video I did right up here. These I actually picked up at a garage sale. I believe I picked up about 11 of them. 5 were duplicates. Purchased all 11 of them for $8. So this buyer came in and bought 3. Total order was $38.98. And the buyer is paying $19.65 in shipping. Now this next item, I more than likely picked up at my local thrift store. Can't remember because I didn't put it in the custom SKU. And I also didn't put the location, and so I had to dig through the bins, and it probably took me about an hour to find this item. And it always seems on the smaller items, smaller dollar sale items, those are the items we seem to have problems finding in inventory. This happens to be luxurious or luxury. This happens to be luxury number 21. I put luxury women's number 21 white diamonds perfume. I would say I'm into this for 25 cents, no more than 50 cents. This sold for $4.95 and the buyer is paying $5.85 in shipping. Probably this was not such a good buy. Next time, I'll probably just leave it behind. This next item is a thrift store item. I'm into this for $2. This happens to be the Precious Moments Hawthorne Village Holiday Greetings Post Office. I did put Xmas in the title. It is brand new without the box. As you can see, it still has the light covered with bubbles. This has never been undone and the plug is still covered. So I listed this as new without box. This sold for $19.05 and the buyer is paying $12.94 in shipping. This next item going out, retail arbitrage. I picked this up on Walmart clearance. I had purchased quite a bit of lawn care products close to about 2 years ago. Most of them sold. Still had these. I didn't put what I paid for this, but I believe I'm into this for maybe $3, $3.25 at most. This sold for $21.66 and it is going free shipping. Now this next item is an item I picked up at that same garage sale where I picked up the TV. I had picked up 3 of these business card / credit card Vera Bradley holders. Very small. Paid 25 cents for each of these. I have sold one of them. This one sold for $10.75 and the buyer is paying $5.30 in shipping. Now this next item I picked up at my local thrift store. When I seen this, I couldn't believe it when I looked up comps on this thing. It's this Boss Monster. Only into this for $2. All I did is I took the barcode and scanned it on the eBay app and then looked who sold and I couldn't believe it. This actually got caught up in a 17% off sale I was running yesterday just to try to get things moved out for the Christmas rush. This sold for $49.76 and the buyer is paying $9.98 in shipping. This next item, I actually bought a Sorry game at my local thrift store. I paid 50 cents for it. I still have the box. I had it right there up on my shelf. Decided to keep the box. Looks kind of neat up there. But I pieced everything apart. I sold the cards. I did a listing for the cards. I did a listing for the pawns. I also did 2 other listings. One for the instructions. I couldn't believe it. Those actually sell. And I did the board. So I did 4 separate listings and just got those up yesterday. These sold for $4.94 and the buyer is paying $4.90 in shipping. This next item, another thrift store item. Seems like we have a lot of thrift store items going out today. Picked up 4 vintage Garfields. They were all different. Paid $2 each for them. 2 have already sold. This one sold. I've got 1 left. They are all vintage Garfield. This one happens to be the bedtime plush. It does, on the tag, it had 1978, 1981 with teddy bunny slippers. As you can see, it's got little bunny slippers on them. And it's got a little teddy. This sold for $16.56 and the buyer is paying $8.27 in shipping. Now this last item going out, You've seen me sell these before. I had purchased 12 placemats and 12 napkins. I decided to go ahead and split them up into lots of 4. So 2 have already sold. This is the last one. It's a set of plaid Christmas, 4 placemats and 4 napkins, red, green, and gold, as you can see right here. So into all 12 for $2. So cost of goods into this, I'd say, is 66 cents. This sold for $16.95, and the buyer is paying $5.35 in shipping. So those are the items we have going out this week to go ahead and close out the weekend sales. I hope this gives you an idea of some of the things that you can source and resell online to make a profit. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, helps the channel. Also too, if you're not currently subscribed, consider subscribing down below and hitting the bell notification. You'll be notified the next time I do a video. Until next time, keep picking.